Please, if you not subscribe to this channel, please, I want you to subscribe to BHF Movies, this very particular channel, and also press not only the notification button, but also give us a like. That will also help improve and grow the channel. This is a youth channel, and what we do regularly in this very particular channel is try to give counsel to the young ones so that they don't make some terrible mistakes. Because there are some things that they don't know will result to, they have terrible consequences. They will do it because they don't know that there's consequences. And so that's some of the things we try to talk about, because some of those things which we don't know before, which we did, we can be able to tell the youth not to do the same thing because we have found out that there are consequences. This is so important. Just like I said in the previous program we're having, talk about alcohol. That alcohol is very dangerous. Alcohol is very deadly. And why I said that? So when you see yourself start drinking at 14, 15, you keep on drinking massively. By the time you get to 50, your 50s, you begin to reap the consequences, terrible consequences. And just like I said, that most of my friends then that were involved in massive drinking, most of them are dead. And the only thing that saved me, the mercy of God, is what saved me and kept me alive to today, because I gave my life to Christ when I was around 29, 30 or thereabout. And so those massive intake of alcohol stopped drastically. Drastically, it stopped. And that's what has kept me alive to now. Because most of my friends then continued. They didn't have an encounter with God, so they continued that massive intake of alcohol, massive intake. I'm talking about drinking 5 bottles. I'm not even talking about drinking 5 bottles. I'm talking about drinking 2 crates, 2 cartons of beer, 3 cartons of beer, 2 bottles of St. Remy Martins, the jumbo of cigarettes. Imagine taking such things regularly. You think you're having fun, but you're not having fun. You are destroying yourself. And I will talk about involving oneself in. Before then, we talk about sexual immorality, that it's very dangerous, that it will destroy you. Then yesterday, we talked briefly about rituals. And most of these things come out of massive intake of alcohol. Most of these things that they do, I mean, look at what happened. Three boys. There are 3 good friends. 3 good friends. They went to meet a ritualist, and they want to make money ritual. And the ritualist told them to go and get 1 person that they will use. And the boys themselves decided to use one of their friends that they all went together. So 2 of them decided to use the 3rd person. They killed him. Before they were able to trace them, they've already burnt this guy, because that's what the native doctor told them. If you kill the person, burn the person, that they can use their ashes. And I told you that most of these things are lies. There's nothing like that. They're all lies. And so that's what's raining now. Every day you keep hearing it again and again. We saw what happened last year? When it was raining terribly, and this girl decided to just take shelter in the shop. There's a shop along the road, so she decided to just take shelter because it's raining, so that he can take shelter in that place until the rain subsides. The boy that was there manipulated this girl and killed the girl and buried the girl behind the shop. But she was later discovered. So most of these things that is happening right now is getting worse and worse because these people are on drugs. I said it before, that the youth now are on terrible drugs. And I told you the 14-year-old boy also that decided to use his own father at Ibafo. Decided to use his own father for money rituals. I also told you of the boy the story that was repeated in AIT News. Was it last year or so, thereabouts? Where this boy used his mother. He killed his mother, slept with his mother's corpse. But that's part of what the native doctor told him, so he can make money. There's a desperate rush, desire for money. And we're talking about 14-year-old boy. What does 14-year-old boy want to do? We live in a lawless society. If not so, at 14 years, the boy comes across money, for example. You see the boy makes so much money. In a good country, people investigate. When they find out that you just make so much money suddenly, we expect the authorities to investigate and find out where did you get the money from. I'm not saying all money that are made when you are 14, they are 20, they are bad money. No. Social media has made it possible for you to make much money even when you are 14, when you are 15. But they should be investigated. But we have a security system that they don't investigate. No matter the car you are driving, the only thing they get to the station, you get to the road, the only thing the police wants to do is to ask you for money. In fact, the bigger the car they use, the more they greet you. The more they greet you. So today I want to talk about the dangers of the love for money. The Bible says the love of money is the beginning of evil. The love for money. It didn't say money is the beginning, it said the love for it. And I told you that if you want to live a successful life, you must make sure you are conversant with the manual, because when God created us, He gave us the manual for living, and the manual for living is the Bible. So the more of the Bible you know, the better life you will live, because the instructions are there on how to live a better life. So if you want to enjoy your life, you want to live a better life, a sorrow-free life, you better understand the Bible. Not just reading it, you must read it and understand it. He said the love for money. And we can begin to see that there's a desperate love now for money. A desperate love for money. Because there are things you cannot understand. On a daily basis, somebody was saying if you take the census of guests that are missing in Nigeria, in Lagos, for example, you'll be amazed the number of guests that are missing. And yet, you begin to see people talking about online dating. Somebody that you don't know, you've never met him before, you met online, you've not seen him physically, he gives you an address, and you go and meet him. Oh, come to show you a house. You don't even know where it is his house. Whether it's a Photoshop, you don't know. He said, come, I stay in Owerri, I stay in Abuja, I stay in Lagos. Then you will carry your bag, enter road. I was watching one today. And you go and meet this guy that you've never met in your life before. Don't you see that you're a very foolish person? Why are you dating online? Say online date. Do you know the person? Whether it's a demon, is from the pit of hell, they are satanists, you don't know anything about the person. Because that's the society we live in. It's a crazy society. Those days before people go into a relationship or before they get married, they investigate, they find out the family they come from. They ask questions about the family. It's after they've been able to check the family, they've gone out, they check out the family, then they can say, okay, my daughter, my son, you can get married to so and so person. We have checked the family. The family is good. But they don't do that. As long as the person has money, you don't know how he got the money. And you get married to a ritualist who is going to use you also to do rituals. Do you know how many guys, do you know how many ladies have been used for rituals? Because they got married to the wrong person. They got married to somebody they don't know, they've never met before. The love for money is the root of all evil. And it is easier to uproot a tree. It is easier to uproot a seed than to uproot the tree. Because by the time it becomes a tree, it has got a big root. uprooting it becomes very difficult. Do you know that guy you are dating now? That lady you want to get married to? Oh, you met him in the club, you went to somewhere, a party, you met him. Yes, you got married. But do you know the family? Do you know the family of the person? Do they still investigate to find out the family of the person they want to get married to? You want to get married to the guy? Do you know the family? The father is not rich, but all of a sudden, he has so much money. Where did he get the money from? Have you investigated? Because too many people are being used for rituals now. When we are growing up, we think the old woman that does not have teeth, will have so much tobacco in her teeth. She's a witch. The old woman is a witch. You know, she doesn't have teeth. Most of the teeth are gone. Oh, she's a witch. She's a witch. But these days, the witches put on miniskirts. They put on blazers. The wizards, they put on designer suits. Ritualists. They come to the church. They sing in the choir. You don't get married to them because he sings in the choir, because he's a choir director. Do you know who they are? So these things are so important. It doesn't matter. I remember when I was still young and I was staying in Ijisha, those days, Sulere. Some of the protocol, there's this girl who is the protocol leader. She belongs to, she's a member of the protocol, the senior ushers. Once the church closed around 10 o'clock. Sorry, around 12 o'clock. She doesn't go home straight. She comes to our house because she was going out with my roommate who is late now. You'll be there with this roommate till 12 o'clock. Till 6 o'clock before she goes back home. That the person goes to church doesn't make any difference. Have you investigated the family? Does it belong to the greedy family where they are greedy, where they are desperate for money? Because the love of money is the root of all evil. A man that has desperate need for money, desperate desire for money, there is nothing he cannot do. Even if he goes to the church, he carries Bible, it makes no difference. I remember I was going to church. I told you before I was going to church. I was in the choir. I was a youth leader, the peer of the youth. No. But I was a cultist. I was into fraudulent activities. But I was a serious member of the youth organization. I was a youth leader. But I was also a cult leader at the same time. I go to church on Sunday with the Bible, and on weekends we move around with gun. A man goes to church, makes no difference. Doesn't make any difference if he goes to church, if he has a big Bible, if he's a pastor, it makes no difference. Do you know the person very well? Because the love for money is the root of all evil. A lot of ladies have lost their lives. A lot of guys have lost their life, ladies have lost their life, their destinies have been messed up. Because they end up with somebody who is a ritualist, even though he goes to church. I'm saying this thing now as a reminder so that you can be very careful. Don't get married to the guy because he has money. You don't know how he got his money. You are sitting in the front seat. People are going to buy shawarma. They are going out to the guy. He drives latest Lexus. Uses an M-Class convertible. Wonderful cars. That's good. But do you know who the guy is? If not, so very soon they will use you also for the same ritual, for continuity. Because the love for money is the root of all evil. Do you know the girl you are married to? If not so, she will push you to do evil because of her desperate, insatiable desire for wealth. She begins to put pressure on you to do this, to do this, to do this. You won't even know when you will join. And you become a ritualist because you want to satisfy her longing desire. She wants this, she wants that, she wants this, something that is above your income. And because of the pressure that is coming from her, you will not follow your friends. They will say, okay, let us show you the way. only for you to find out the way is courtesan. The Bible says the love of money is the root of evil. Watch the things she talks about. You're not yet married to her. She's asking you for money, big money, big money, big money. She wants to see how much you have. Do you know who she is? Do you know who she is? You must be very careful. Don't you ever get married to somebody who has an insatiable desire for money, for wealth, desperate desire for wealth. Don't go out with a girl who loves money, or get married to somebody who is desperate for money, desperate for money. He can do all things. He will push you to court. He will push you to ritualists. I told you how I almost became a ritualist myself. Went from one native doctor to the other. Because I want to do the same things my friends were doing, have the same money, do the same this, do the same this. Unfortunately for me, 2 times that we made attempts to have a meeting with some of these guys that would take us to this place where we'll do this money, ritual money. Those 2 occasions, they didn't come. Waited in Vokes and waited, were in Vokes, waited and waited and waited and waited, the guys didn't come. I didn't know that God was saving me. Some of those guys now, they are dead. Because they were living so big. Heavy machine they're driving. And I wanted to be like them. And they wanted to take me to the place. You know, because as a young man, you want to belong, you want to become. When we waited and waited, and the guys that were supposed to take us there did not come, I felt so bad. I didn't know that God was showing me mercy. Some of the things you think is bad luck is God that is trying to preserve your life. Those guys now, they are dead. And the Bible makes it very clear. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and lose his soul? We're almost going there. There's a place in Togo, like I said yesterday, there's also a place in Togo where they wanted us to go to. And most of the people you see that are most of the business people in Lagos selling things here, and it was a lady that wanted to take me there. The girl I was going out with was the one that wanted to take me there. It's a remote village in Togo where the Safka can see. But these people you see have 3 upstairs, 10 upstairs. They sell this, or they are upstairs, they have 15 upstairs. You think it's the ladies they are selling? It's bad money rituals they do. Stop comparing yourself with others. You have a destiny that God has created you to become. Don't be desperate for money. You can provide shelter for yourself. You can eat 2 or 3 square meals a day. God help you, you are able to get a car you are driving. It's enough. Don't be desperate that you want to drive the most expensive car. These things are all vanity. That's why King Solomon made it clear. It's a vanity upon vanity. You know, when you are young, it's a big deal. When I was young, it's a big deal. I remember the first time I bought car. When I was still very, very young, I was not married. I was staying in Ijesha. You know, I almost tied rope on the steering of the car and tied the rope to my hand because I was staying in self-contained then. And we don't have on the car, we park the car outside. So I said by the time they want to move the car, they will move my hand. But mostly time in life, I found that I've driven a lot of cars. A lot of cars. It makes no difference anymore. Now that the car is there, I even find it difficult. I do more exercise. Some people will see me and say, where's your car? I say, you don't even ask how is my head. You're asking, where is my car? I enter bus. It's no more a big deal for me. It's no more a big deal. I exercise my body regularly by entering vehicles, entering buses. There was a time it was a big deal. I would have, if at that time, If it is possible, I would have just driven the car straight from bathroom. We'd rather drive the car straight to the sitting room from outside. The love of money is the root, the Bible says, of evil. Most of these things you are saying now, they are not a big deal anymore. Try not to put money first in anything you are doing. That's why I say if you read the manual, you are not going to have issues. The Bible is the manual of living, and the Bible warned us. He went further to say, love not the world, neither the things of the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. What is the love of the world? Or what is the love he's talking about? The love of the eyes. Oh, you want to drive new car. You want to drive the latest car. You want to drive the SUV. You want to stay in Ikoyi, in Banana Island. You want to stay in this, you want to stay in that. If you legitimately have the money, wonderful. But don't be obsessed with it. Don't be obsessed with wanting to stay here, wanting to stay there, wanting to stay there. You are not going to stay in more than one room. There is no difference. And that's why the Bible says we should be careful. In fact, the manual himself went further to say, once you have shelter, you have food you can eat, you have shelter, be content with it, be content. Because he went further to say, being contentful is godliness. Be satisfied with where you are part-time. That does not mean God does not want to make progress. He wants you to make progress, but first be satisfied with where you are first. Thank God for where you are. When the opportunity comes for you to move to the next level, of course you grab the opportunity. Don't be desperate about it. Don't be desperate about it. Because a man's life does not comprise of the multitude of things that he has. That's what I'm telling you. I said there was a time it was a big deal to drive a car. I must make sure 24 hours. But now even driving the car is no more a big deal to me. It's like, it's not a big deal. Don't be obsessed with it. Allow God to lift you part-time. You are a student, you are working. Yes, get the job you are learning work, you are acquiring skill. Grow part-time. Don't be desperate for wealth. Don't be desperate for it. Because when you are desperate for it, the devil will provide an alternative for you. And as I told you, I said many years ago, when I was selling Ijisha, from Ijisha to Festac, around Festac. Oh, one of my friends now, I saw the way they were living with Phil Okafor and the rest. Oh, sorry, I remember how they were living then because they are late. I desperately wanted to be like them. They're driving heavy machines. Girls, they're going out to the best girls. Then Chicken George used to reign those days. They're going to Chicken George. They were living big. I began to regret my life. And I wanted to be like them. And I told you that on 2 occasions that we slated, so they would take me to where they went to, where they are making all this money. On those 2 occasions that we are supposed to go with Nana, we waited in Vaux, where we are supposed to go to this place. And those 2 occasions, they didn't come. The people did not come. The people that was supposed to take us to where we will make so much money, where we'll do medicine for money. They did not come. I was bitterly angry then. Bitterly angry. What kind of thing is this? But I'm telling you today, right now, these guys are dead. They're all dead. Take life one step at a time. And on that occasion again, I was going out to the girl, a lady there, and I was not yet married. And she said, I'm going to take you to somewhere in Ife that they will make medicine so that you are going to make money. And I told you that me and my friend then, Prince, we went together. We never know that the auntie that she took us to, she said, let's go and see her auntie. When we go there, we later find out the auntie is the Iyaje, the mother of witches of the entire community. If the auntie is the Iyaje, what will she be? The world is a deep place. Why I'm saying this is we are trying to give advice to the young ones. We have passed through these things before. Peer pressure and the rest. Be careful. By the time you begin to ask questions, like they used to see, you do anyhow, you see anyhow. By the time you begin to ask questions, they'll begin to tell you, they'll begin to take you to places. She's the same person that wanted to take us to a village in Togo where they serve Kakansi. We were all set to travel to the village. This village in Togo, by the time you get to Togo, you get to the town, vehicle does not get to the town. You get to this town, you stop there, from there, you enter canoe that will carry you to the town. And when you go there, you go with a bottle of Shinap and you go with chicken. You throw the chicken in the river. And once the Kakansi, because they serve Kakansi in that place, which is crocodile. Once crocodile accepts the chicken, eats the chicken up, then you proceed with the sacrifice. But if the crocodile grab the chicken and throw the chicken back, they will tell you have to come back to Nigeria. If it's so easy to make money, why people in that area didn't make money? Why don't they just buy chicken and how much is fowl that time? I mean, I'm telling you of something that happened around 94, 95, 96. So imagine how much you sell chicken, how much you sell snap. Not expensive. They will have bought enough chicken and they bought enough snap to go for the sacrifice themselves. Don't they want to become billionaires? But they don't go. They won't go because they know the consequences. So you young boy, young girl, face your academics. This is not the time for you to pursue money. And I told you that one of the easiest way for you to make money is to pursue your gift, your talent. By the time you are able to provide services, you will make money. You will make money by providing services. You don't make money by going to native doctor. Not even long prayer, but by providing services. And I said here, if I remember what I also said yesterday, I said, Dangote is very wealthy and he will continue to be wealthy. Because as we are talking right now, there's no day that any family in Nigeria does not eat any product that belongs to Dangote. And it's gradually taken over the West African sub-region. You eat the maggi you are using, the salt, the sugar, the cement, somebody's building house. Now the petrol. He's bound to make money. That's a businessman. It's not about going to use human being to make money. That's an archaic way. You will never end well. Never. And if anybody is dragging you to involve yourself in such things, be very careful. It's very deadly. There are consequences. If you involve in such thing, I can be able to predict how your end will look like. Your end will be so miserable. And just like I said yesterday, there is no free gift from the devil. Nothing. The devil have not changed his tactics. It's the same thing that the devil told Jesus. Bow down to me and I will give you the whole world. It's the same strategy he's using today. Tell you, come in, using for sacrifice. Do this sacrifice. Use human being to make money. You will not end well. When we were growing up in Sapele those days, we will not call his name. There's a very big man, the richest man in Sapele those days. That there was this rumor that went around that he used his wife to make money. I know his son, one of his sons was my friend. He went to the same Auchi Polytechnic as myself. He was very popular then. But at the end of the day, you ask yourself, where is it? The car you have today, in the next 5 years, 10 years, the car is rubbish. So those that use human beings so that they can buy Volkswagen, so that they can buy 544, where is 544 today? Or those that use human beings so that they can be able to buy Benz 230, they want to buy Concorde, or they want to call Shagari Benz. Today, where is this vehicle? Every day they are producing new vehicle. So as a young boy, face your education, face your vocation. So at the end of the day, you can be able to render services to humanity. And these are the services that they will be paid for. You will be paid for. Don't get yourself involved in ritual. It's a foolish way. You will not end well. There are consequences. And if you are unfortunate to have a child, except the mercy of God intervene, your children will benefit from your involvement in rituals. You make life miserable for them because there are consequences. There's always results, consequences for this evil you are committing. Life is about sowing and reaping. You cannot avoid it. If you are able to use medicine and just to avoid it, your children will not avoid it. It is common today, it's common among our youths. I met a young man some years ago. They called me to come and speak to him. Because BHF is a youth organization. He was behaving like somebody who was a little bit mental. And so they called me that I should come and talk to this person. Unfortunately enough, I found out that he was in the same court I used to be when I was in school. So when I found out that he was in the same court, when he found out that we used to be in the same court, he opened up to me. That's when he told me that he used his mother. He used his own mother to make money. His own mother. I looked at him, your mother. Him and his brother. His senior brother, they made money, his senior brother died. And he began to sense that it's now his turn. That's why he ran to look for help. Because he used his mother to make money, ritual money. They will not tell you the consequences, but there are consequences. Don't dip your hand in blood. If you want to end well, what shall it profit you if you gain the whole world and you lose your soul? Ritual money will not only take you to hell, it will destroy your life. It will make life unbearable for you on earth. As I try as much as possible to tell you not to involve yourself in it. Because the world is so fast. Now you are 15. You want to get the whole world. You get the whole world at 15 and you die at 25. Of what use is this? I mean, when I left school, when I left Auchi Polytechnic, I was not up to 20. Now I'm over 50. And the funny thing is that once you get to 40 years, the years begin to run fast. Before you know what's happening, you are 50. Before you adjust your chair, you are already 60. So what shall it profit you if you gain the whole world and you lose your soul? Don't go to that native doctor they asked you to go to. Because if they were telling us to go to the same thing many years ago, then imagine what they will be telling them now, when there's a desperate desire to use their mother, to use their father. I have a friend, one of my close friends in Delta too. So when the son bought him some things, he refused to take it because he knows that his son was also involved in Yahoo. And they use human beings. They use their father, they use their mother, one way or the other to do Yahoo. So all the things that the son bought him, the chair, the chair, the shoe, he refused to use anyone. What shall it profit you? You gain the whole world and you die and you end up in hell. Hell is real, heaven is real. You don't need to wait to find out. I have a friend that said he will commit so much sin so that the sin will be so many, so that God will be very angry with him. And in annoyance, God will fling him to hell. But because of the annoyance and the way God will fling him, he will burst out, he will fall outside hell. I said, that is the way ignorance is. I said, God does not take you to hell. You go there. You are the one that chooses to go there, your decision. It's your decision that will take you to hell. And let me say this, you don't go to hell because you're a sinner. You go to hell because you refuse to repent. Because hell is filled up with repented sinners. Everybody, right from the time of Adam, the Bible says, all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So if there's any human being in hell today, in heaven today, they are sinners that repented. Those that are in heaven today are repented sinners. Because we were all born in sin. David said, in iniquity was I conceived. We are born in sin, we all. So it's our decision. You want to remain in hell or you want to go to heaven? It's the decision you make. So make a decision today to go to heaven. So I'm speaking to you now as I begin to round up. Ask God to have mercy on you and forgive you your sin and your trespass. Whatever sin you've committed, ask God to have mercy on you. For those of us who want to call for counseling and prayer, you can always reach BHF Foundation 070-5208-5237. Let me say that again, 070-5208-5237. You are created to be great. So be focused, be determined, and work towards greatness. Follow the manual, and the manual will lead you to greatness. Run away from peer pressure, from the things that the youth of this generation are doing. Most of them are ritual killings. It's so common now. Medicine is what is in vogue now. Occultic tendencies, practices is what is in vogue now. Occultic practice. It's many. People go to different native doctors. People are desperate to make money. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? Until we meet again tomorrow, please don't be desperate for money. The love of money is the root of all evil. Don't be desperate. If not so, you'll be deceived. I thank God I came from a home where I was well trained and I'm not too desperate for it. You know, so I've fallen victim. Many years ago, about 10, 15 years ago, even as a pastor, a bishop came to, I went to see a bishop some time ago, and the bishop told me of a bishop that came to see him and said there's a court that will initiate us, a court, online court. They will give us close to $500,000 to establish us. And they will give us medicine, or we belong to that court. I remember I asked the bishop that question that very day. I said, sir, do you say satanic cult? He said, hey, is there anything wrong in using the assistance of the devil to do the work of God? Assistance of the devil to do the work of God? That was the last day I went there. Because thank God I was sensible enough to know that God cannot help you to fight him. Whatever God cannot do should not be done. Do everything possible to run away from friends who will lead you in the wrong direction. Because these things are always from friends. It was friends that wanted to take me out. The appointment we had with native doctors and the rest were friends to make money. Friends. Because we want to be like them. And those friends we have in 1996, 97, 94, 95, 96, 97, that I wanted to be like them. As we are talking now, they are friends, they are dead. Most of them, the money they had, they made, even the ones that are alive now, the money is gone. Be very careful. Don't use something that is temporary to destroy the permanent that God has placed in your life. Until we meet again tomorrow, please take care of yourself. This is BHF Foundation. And please subscribe to BHF Foundation to encourage the channel. Like and subscribe so that the channel will continue to appreciate. Just press the like button, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Get the notification button. Press the notification button so you will not miss any episode. The channel is strictly dedicated to the youths. Please share it to youths around. It will help them because the future of this country is in the hands of the youths. And we need to have a better youth if we are going to have a better tomorrow. Take good care of yourself.